On Tuesday, January 15, 1929, a baby was born in a white frame house in Atlanta, Georgia. The baby was named Martin Luther King after his father. Martin Luther grew to be a healthy child who was often a leader among his playmates.
Family life for this American boy was much like that of other families. Martin Luther had a sister and a brother, and played football and baseball. One day when he was 8 years old, his father took him downtown to buy a pair of shoes. A clerk in the store noticed that Martin Luther and his father were sitting in the front part of the store.
At this time, Martin Luther King sensed that something was not right, because the clerk politely asked the Kings to take seats in the rear of the store.
Martin Luther and his father left the store refusing to buy shoes. Father left with anger and son left with sadness. Their ancestors had been slaves, people bought and sold like cattle, and now Martin Luther Jr. was being treated with disrespect by a man with light-colored skin.
It doesn't make sense, thought Martin Luther. Is there something wrong with me, or with the store clerk, or with the way people think?
Martin Luther remembered hearing his father muttering as he left the shoe store, something about fighting forever and not accepting the system. What did he mean by system? This was something to think about for a healthy boy who knew he had just been put down.
Martin Luther King became a teenager, and for the next few years was involved with the system of being a successful student. He graduated from high school at the age of 15 and entered Morehouse College, which produced many Negro leaders. Because he loved language and words and communicating with people, Martin Luther entered an oratorical or speech-making contest in Georgia. On the way home, he and his fellow students were ordered to sit in the back of the bus. He reacted with anger. Feelings like this made him decide to continue his education in all ways, so that he could someday help Negro Americans break the last links of their chain of slavery.
While he was at college, the country of India became very important to Martin Luther King. He studied the thoughts of a leader named Gandhi, who worked to free the people of India from British rule, not by war or violence, but by the power of truth within the self, a power called Satyagraha. This power comes from non-resistance, by returning good for evil, by allowing yourself to suffer instead of making others suffer. Gandhi had been influenced by a great American, Henry David Thoreau.
Martin Luther King became a student at Boston University and married a singer, Coretta Scott. After completing their studies, Martin and Coretta moved to Montgomery, Alabama, where Martin Luther became pastor of the Dexter Avenue Baptist Church. In this city of Montgomery, the Negro people were treated with disrespect by many white citizens who made the Negroes ride in the back of the bus, give up their seats to whites, and be humiliated and ridiculed. This city of Montgomery became the place where Martin Luther King began to be truly a leader of the Negro people.
And in this city of Montgomery, a black woman named Rosa Parks was arrested for refusing to give up her bus seat to a white passenger. That did it. Prominent Negro citizens sent out notices to the black community, urging the people to not ride the buses for a period of 1 day. This period grew from 1 day to 382 days. A victory was gained by peaceful resistance.
The effect was electric. The bus company refused to give the Negro people fair treatment. So the Negro people refused to give the bus company what it wanted most: money.
Martin Luther, who had received his doctorate from Boston University, was arrested and charged with driving 30 miles per hour in a 25-mile-per-hour zone. Dr. King was really arrested because it appeared as if he was leader of the bus riders' strike or boycott. After the bus boycott, while Dr. King was speaking at a meeting, a bomb was thrown onto the porch of his home, where his 9-week-old baby was sleeping. Dr. King rushed to the house to find it surrounded by a group prepared to fight. "Don't panic," he said. "Love your enemies and let them know you love them." Here was love and forgiveness in action. Here was a moment of satyagraha for all to see.